Hello and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. This is like a preemptory taste challenge to make up for some upcoming days when I'm probably not going to be able to do it. But I try to schedule these things carefully. I'd rather do it in the morning, actually, early at dawn. People will say, "Why you do it at dawn? Dawn busters, so crazy, 5:30 a.m." One of the main reasons is that I don't have to worry about people calling me at 5:30. I do have one friend that does that. I never think of calling anybody at 5 in the morning. It's just not something I would do. But anyway, generally I can be left alone. In the afternoon, or like now, you got people calling you left and right, and it makes for a real disruption. I could turn off the phone, but you hate to be rude. But anyway, so be that as it may, we'll see what happens. I have two pretty, what my friend David calls low-end products, but I'm starting low and going high. That's the plan. It's always the plan with these different types of liquors. Start low and work up. I don't see why that's a big deal. This is El Toro Tequila Gold, made in Mexico, 40% alcohol, 80 proof. NOM number 1143. And it says El Toro Gold is distilled in small batches to mellow its feisty character and create a rich, smooth, premium tequila. And it's at the Gonzalez Distillery in Jalisco, Mexico, Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Hector says, "Hello, Ronald. I'm enjoying a 40-ounce of Colt 45. I think you should do double down of the new label of 45. Well, I've already done a double down for Colt 45. I don't want to do double downs and special videos just for labels. I mean, I bought the new label. I got it right there, look. But I guess I've said everything that can be said that I can think of for Colt 45. And people were saying, "Why you don't do any more double down videos?" I said, "Well, I ran out of brands. It's not that I didn't want to do them. I kind of covered everything more or less. I never seen that tequila. Yeah, so I bought this at Savannah Discount, and it was $7.99 for the liter. Kind of a nice looking label. Looks like some of those black velvet paintings you see in like a I don't know, low-end Mexican restaurant. Some of those have really good food, though. Now, here's a competitor, Tijuana Oro, tequila with natural flavors, bottled by Wide World Importers. This was $8.29 at Discount Depot. $8.29 at Discount Depot, both on the west bank of the Mississippi River in Marrero, Louisiana. This is close to where, well, right close to where Louisiana Highway 45 intersects U.S. Highway 90 business route. This is further down south on Louisiana 45, but both in the same town, Marrero. They're not sold in this town where I live that I'm aware of, but I mean, we got all kind of tequilas around here. Don't worry. But so I saw them. I said, well, it's so cheap. Even if it's terrible, it wouldn't really matter. The cheap one we get here is, well, I guess Winn-Dixie brand. That's pretty cheap. It's like $13 for a handle. But I'm not going to buy that because a lot of people can't get Winn-Dixie products. So they'd be like, why should I buy that? Why should I watch the video? And I can understand that reasoning. Montezuma's, they're really the cheap one we get around here. Walmart carries it, and Mathern's has it, and I don't think Winn-Dixie has it. Monterey. There is another cheap one that Winn-Dixie has, though, a name brand. I can't remember the name. Maybe it is El Toro. I'm going to have to go back and check, but I thought the price was too high. I said, I'm not paying the crazy price. So you finally got into tequila. How is it so far, says Johnny Tactical. It's okay, actually. I kind of knew what it was going to taste like based on the fact that I did a bunch of those agave-based beers, beers flavored with agave nectar, so I kind of had a handle on that. And to me, they taste a lot like roasted bell pepper, like oven roasted bell pepper. Okay, here's the weird thing. This one has an NOM number. That's a number Mexico established in 1997 to authenticate tequila. And it gives you the number, and the number will match a distillery. So it's telling you it comes from this distillery, which in this case, they tell you on the back, Gonzalez, Gonzalez. But this one here, now, because see, they said the Mexican government got aggravated because they had people around the world making tequila. And maybe they did a good job, but they said they wanted it to be from Mexico. So now the new protocol for the last 25 years is that tequila has to be from Mexico, has to be made in Mexico. But I think some companies got grandfathered in. Look at this, Tijuana Oro. Nowhere on the label does it say Mexico. The word Mexico is nowhere on the label. The word imported is nowhere on the label. It simply says Tijuana Oro, tequila with natural flavors. Tequila with natural flavors. Bottled by Wide World Importers, Frankfort, Kentucky. You know, that's Buffalo Trace. And then it says, we love to hear from our customers, Sazerac.com. So I'm not going to call Sazerac and ask them. I could, I guess, say, is this really from Mexico or is it from just American made? Maybe I will call them because that's not a foolish question. I mean, I don't care where it's made personally, but it does seem kind of strange. And it was introduced in 1966. And since that NOM law didn't go into effect until 1997, it might have been allowed to come in under the regulation as an American-made tequila. So they might be making this from agave nectar and tequila. Blue agave grown in Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, for all I know, because that's a very southern part of Louisiana, the most southernmost part, and sticks way out into the Gulf, and there isn't much coldness that ever hits it. The El Toro was introduced in 1959, okay? So El Toro, well, let's look at the appearance. The Tijuana is a lighter product. It's clearly lighter in appearance. I was thinking they were two different levels, but I think I have them pretty even. It's just the way I was holding it. It isn't lighter by much, but they're both like a real pale gold. Yeah. Nice alcohol legs here. And these are mixed toes, which means they're at least 51% agave nectar. Blue agave. Tequila has to use blue agave. Mezcal can use any kind of agave. And there's like, I was reading the Mexican website, there's like 200 different varieties. And the other 49% can be like cane syrup, you know, like cane sugar, something like that. Corn syrup, some kind of sugary product that will ferment. Just like American blended whiskey. Or American blended bourbon. Let's use that as a good example. American blended bourbon has to be 51% straight bourbon, which has certain requirements. The other 49% could just be grain spirits, unaged corn liquor. Kelby Becker says, bless you. You finally decided to try tequila, says Vaughn. Well, people kept asking me about it. And I said, they're never going to stop asking. I was sort of interested in it as it is. I didn't think it would hurt really, so I said, well, heck, I'll buy it. If I don't like it, I won't buy anymore. But I assumed I would like it. So I did a solo review for both of these. Those will be posted later. I had a little mishap on the way home from buying these, though. I didn't know where to put them in the truck, and I just laid them on the seat. I'm thinking it'll be okay. Why I didn't put them in the storage area behind. And I wasn't paying attention like I should have been. And I saw somebody stop short in front of me. So I hurried up and stopped. And the bottles came flying off the seat onto the floor of the truck. And I heard crash. I said, I've shattered all the bottles. So I pulled over at AutoZone and I could smell it. And I started looking through everything. But luckily, only one bottle smashed. And it was the Montezuma Silver, which I'm going to do in a year, I guess. I said, well, there's $7.99. No, it's the Montezuma Gold. That's worse. I said, there's $8.99 down the drain. Huh. But what could I do? All the glass stayed in the bag mostly. So I just lifted up the bag. It was just shattered glass. And I threw it away in a garbage can there. The guy told me, go inside. The garbage is in there. And it was right inside the door. Then I had to wipe up the tequila that ran. And then most of it ran out the truck. Like there's a drain or something. But when I got home, I had to wipe it down and everything. That part, it did still kind of smell like tequila. It does still, maybe. Not a bad smell. All right, anyway, so I had to go purchase another bottle of the Montezuma Gold. So I spent $8.99 twice on one bottle. But that was my fault of not thinking ahead. But, oh, well, that's what happened. All right. Am I going to be able to tell these apart? I really don't know. So El Toro from 1959. It's been on the market for over 60 years. It was a Barton brand. Still says Barton on the back. Bottled in Louisville, Kentucky. But, you know, Barton got bought by Sazerac in 2009. So it's Sazerac. Tijuana was always owned by Sazerac, okay, from 1966 to today. I checked the ownership. They were the original owner, the original registrant in December 1966. So that's making me think even more that it was always American produced, that they were using agave from Louisiana. I cannot back that up, but I'm going to call Sazerac. I ought to call them now while I'm live, huh? But I'm not going. I'll call them in a little bit and see, to solve this confounding mystery. Assuming they know. The person on the phone may not know, might say, I don't know. This one here smells more like grain spirits. You say grain spirits? Yeah, like just straight alcohol, like common alcohol filler, like what you say, just, what you call moonshine, which is corn liquor, unaged, so got no barrel char, no wood. There could be a little tequila note, like the blue agave. It's got that twang, and I don't know how to. If you never had tequila, I don't know how to describe it. But the best way I could describe it, think of like oven roasted bell peppers, and you get that charred wood or whatever. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, let's go over here. You get a richer tequila flavor here, like the roasted bell pepper, smoky roasted bell pepper, like in a stone oven. You know, those kind where they have the pizza shops where they have the stone ovens, the brick ovens. Sorry, brick oven, which is made from clay bricks, you know. But anyway, I would not say that either one of these is particularly aromatic. They're just kind of like bland, almost like a neutral aroma, but not a bad aroma, not offensive or off. You know, like, oh, it's unbearable. I can't stand it. And the El Toro Silver, which we're not dealing with today, that won a silver medal. Won a silver medal at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition in 2014. True story. Incredible, right? I think it was the silver. Or was it the gold? Well, it was one of those. Crazy, huh, baby? Okay. Taste time. Cheers. So the El Toro is 30 cents cheaper per liter where I found it. I'm gonna have to go back to Winn-Dixie and see. I think it's El Toro they have over here in this town, but they want too much because Winn-Dixie always charges too much for pretty much everything. So I never buy liquor from them, basically. Sometimes they have a good beer sale. Well, they're both peppery. So if you like a black pepper spice, almost even a minty, like you say mint, a black pepper mint spice, pretty interesting. This one here is medium body to light. Actually, light to medium bodied. Very light. So they're not heavy-handed. Spicy, minty, roasted bell pepper. The finish is kind of long, little long, elongated finish, drawn out, kind of stays around in your palate, your mouth. Let's see what else I can think of. It's just kind of mild and mellow. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Your comments would probably be something along the lines like, well, come on, man, these are not designed for sipping. They're made for restaurant cocktails only, so they can use cheap liquor and upcharge, charge you a fortune for a cocktail using the cheapest ingredients. I'm well aware of that. I know how those guys operate. I've been to too many restaurants and bars where I watch what they're doing, and they'll order a vodka martini or something, and I'm watching, and I say, oh boy, look, Rickaloff vodka. Oh, great. These cheap Sazerac vodkas, kind of like these. And they're going to charge you all kind of money. But you go ahead and pay for that. When I go to a restaurant, I drink water, and I'm not kidding with you. I'm not paying $9 for a cocktail that costs them 9 cents to make when they're using the cheapest liquor available. Now you say, oh, well, you can call for one. You can call for Grey Ghost or whatever. Yeah, you can. And it's going to cost you more, and it's still going to be a terrible value. There's sugar sweetness here as well. There's certain standard characteristics here. Peppery spice, roasted bell pepper, and sugar of some, I say cane sugar, like from a sugar cane plant. Not really corn syrup. This one here is just a lot more neutral. Like the flavor is just almost like devoid of flavor. And once again, there's nothing bad. There's nothing off-putting. There's nothing repulsive. It's just like nothing, It's just kind of like, and I get this suspicion that it's the Tijuana. Now, I'm not very confident, but I think it's the Tijuana Oro, meaning gold in Spanish, the Tijuana gold, which, like I said, does not say anywhere on the bottle that it's from Mexico, which is strange. Although it's bottled by a company called Wide World Importers. So I'm going to call Sazerac. It's very light. This one's clearly darker. Made in Mexico. Imported by, and bottled for Barton Imports, Louisville, Kentucky. Well, if they imported it, of course they're bottling it for themselves. Who else would they be bottling it for? That's a very strange way to write that. It's making it sound like they're bottling it for somebody else. When Barton is itself, although it's owned by Sazerac. Some of them are bottled in Chicago, Illinois. Not these, but some other Barton brands. This one's sugary sweet. It's nice. I like it. You say, you don't know much about tequila. Yeah, you're right. But I know what I'm tasting here, and what I'm tasting is good. So, If that's a problem for you, I'm sorry. It isn't a problem for me. I like this one too, but it's just more bland, a little dull. But they're actually kind of good. You know how Sazerac is. They put cheap stuff out that onto the market that tastes pretty good. It's probably why they're successful. So I'm going to say that this is the Toro, the bull, El Toro, the bull tequila. Mixed toe. All right. It's going to show right now. Haha, it is. Okay, so with that little bit of experience, and we're talking about virtually no experience because I only tried them once previous to this. I'm so curious to see what Montezuma is going to taste like, but I'll wait a year. It's going to take almost a year, but I think it's a little higher grade, but meaning like a little bit higher. It's nice, pleasant, enjoyable. So it was, you know what? I think Barton bought this from another little company. Like if I was looking at the trademark research, I remember it was some little company that doesn't even exist anymore who owned it. Then it got bought by Barton, and then they got bought by Sazerac. So, but El Toro, you might know about this. Shows a bullfighter, the bull, you know. It's yeah, it's an actual brand. It's something. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. I prefer silver tequila. You could get Sauza for about what you paid for these bottles, maybe a little more. Yeah, that's on my to buy list. That's a very old brand. Yep, I saw some salt. Yeah, I know where to get Sauza very easily, and I do plan to try the silver and the gold. Hornitos, Jose Cuervo, of course. Got to do Jose Cuervo, and the possibilities are basically endless, honestly. That's really why I was trying to avoid it, because I knew what it was going to lead to. It's like, I know if I try them, I'm going to want to try them all, and it's going to be this big old project. But oh well. Okay, so the Tijuana is a little bland. It's a little strange because it doesn't say Mexico anywhere, but it's not bad. I mean, if you want to buy a tequila that's kind of ho-hum and bland, but in no way bad, and I mean in no way bad, you get some of these American blended whiskeys. Oh no, some of them are just so aberrant, so unpleasant. But this one isn't. It isn't. It is not unpleasant. And for $8.29 a liter bottle, yeah, it's a winner. It's a winner. Even though I'm about to call Sazerac. So I'm about to call 1-866-729-3722. Y'all love to hear from your customers. You're about to hear from one. And I'm going to find out where this is made. I know where it's bottled. It's bottled at Buffalo Trace. You think you're going to see that on Buffalo Trace tour, on the Buffalo Trace tour? I bet you not. Nah. No, you're going to see Eagle Rare, Weller, Barton, not Barton, that's it, Barton, same company. Are you going to see Blanton's, Wheatley Vodka, Old Taylor, might see Old Charter, Ancient Age. They won't really emphasize Ancient Age, though. They won't deny it, but they won't emphasize it. I asked a guy on the tour, I said, Ancient Age. And he made a funny face, like the tour guide was like, yeah, we have a lot of Ancient Age here. He said, I like Ancient Age. He said, I actually like Ancient Age. But he made a funny face like, why are you asking that? You know? I was like, you don't know who's on this tour. I research stuff, you know? I'm not one of these wide-eyed fans that's like, oh, yeah. Eagle Rare. Buffalo Trace. Mr. Hinky Dink. I'm thinking, yeah, I know what goes on here. And I wasn't being negative about it or anything. I was just saying I know what goes on here. And I was like ancient age, and he just made a funny face. He played it off pretty well though, but it was like he was kind of thinking like, what's your angle? Cazadores Resposado is good around $20. Yes, I see Cazadores all the time, and I would like to try it. Now, when I went to Barton, they were a lot more like less defensive, about their products. Like if you go on the Anheuser-Busch tour, they're like Budweiser, whatever they got. But if you're up there on the tour talking about, yeah, what about King Cobra malt liquor? They're going to make a funny face, like, shut up. And I want, it's like, well, you got it in the cabinet over there. There's your display. Look, there it is, King Cobra malt liquor. We're not here to talk about this. It's kind of fun. But whereas Miller, they're like showcasing their malt liquors. That was a very different way of presentation. Anheuser-Busch was like not wanting to talk about that. Whereas Miller had a whole section. They're like, you know what these are? These are malt liquors. And some of the people in the tour were like, yeah. And they were a lot more working class, blue collar. And I thought Anheuser-Busch was trying to be maybe more like white collar, country club crowd. I don't know. The perceptions of it. And now if you go to Buffalo Trace, they're definitely trying to be more like the fine world of bourbon. We do the finest bourbons, which they do, but they also do stuff like this. When I was at Barton, I asked the girl, I asked her something about gin. I said, you ever heard of Crystal Palace gin, which is like their cheapest of the cheap gin from Sazerac? She said, oh, yes. In fact, we bottle a lot of Crystal Palace here. A lot of it. She had no like funny face or, jump back like, why are you asking about Crystal Palace? She just said, yeah, oh yeah, that's really common, Have I reviewed Desperados? Talking about that flavored beer? Brutusque? I think Desperados is more of a European product, like a flavored beer, but it's mainly sold in Europe. And I think it's very popular in Europe, but I've never seen it in the United States. It's on the website for Heineken USA, but you never see it in the USA. So I don't think I'll ever see it. I think I saw it once years ago, and I said, I'm not buying a whole 12-pack. I may not like it, or something like that. And then I never saw it again, ever. So I don't think it's really made here. Sold here. It might be made here. I don't think it's sold here. All right, so that's it. To sum up, summation, Tijuana Oro is fine, but it's no way spectacular. It's about as basic as it gets, but it is not bad. It's not bad. El Toro is a little nicer. It's not super basic, but it's close. I would choose this one. It's the winner today because A, it's cheaper per ounce. Secondly, it has a lot more flavor. And it's okay by me. I mean, would I buy it again? Oh, yeah, I'd buy it again easily, without hesitation. Tijuana, I'll probably pass because it's a little too bland. I'm not a fan, haha. I'm not into flavoring beers to taste like tequila. Yeah, I get that. Vaughn says Patron Silver is my favorite, but it's a little bit more in cost. Yeah. Oh, I was looking at Total Wine and More. They had Jose Cuervo for $17.99, and they had a Jose Cuervo Anniversario Edition Super Deluxe, $1,899. Yeah, not $1,899, $1,899. Jose Cuervo, the real serious stuff. And I've noticed I was reading some websites, people are like real hot to like criticize Cuervo like, that's trash, you know, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, here's the whipping horse of tequila. Like Budweiser's the whipping horse of beer and such. I said, oh, you know, they got an $1,800 bottle, you know. Are you into mezcal? No, but I did do a review of one. I got it coming up. I have to post it. I did the, well, I'll leave that as a mystery. I'll let y'all see what's coming up. You'll see, you'll see. But yeah, mezcal is definitely in swing now. It's in play because I did a review of one. And if I do one, you know, I'm doing way more than one. So yeah, so the tequila adventure has just begun. And tomorrow morning at dawn, get ready because we got the El Toro Silver versus the Tijuana Silver. So that's going to be pretty exciting, I think. In fact, I think it's going to be quite exciting. All right, thanks for watching this video. Everybody take care and have a great, safe, and wonderful weekend.